Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary. Bloody... Why am I doing this? I'm alone in a dark room at night, staring at the reflection in a computer screen. Welcome to my review of Season 2, Episode 5 of American Horror Stories, Bloody Mary. American Horror Stories continues its march through its second season, trying to prove its validity as a horror genre. Can it continue to maintain at least some semblance of quality, as it has had a rocky start and a not as bad but also not amazing second season? Now, this episode plays off of many urban legends, particularly the Bloody Mary myth. That's when you are on a sleepover with your friends, you lock yourselves in the bathroom, you have only candlelight, you look in the mirror, and you say her name 3 times. The legend goes is that she will either tell you your future if she judges your soul to be righteous. However, if you are unrighteous, she will rip you apart in bloody fashion. Hence the name. And this is done, however, with a Black American slant on it. Bloody Mary is now African American, and her story now delves deep into the heart and roots of classic Black horror. And I gotta say, I loved every minute of this. Now, sometimes this episode did border on camp. It kind of went there. However, that is the history of horror movies in general, but also Black horror. The story will remind you a lot of Candyman, as there is Black consciousness in her origin, but I think that makes it all the more classic. It makes it better, not worse, and I want you to come along on this ride with me. Now, first, let's talk about this story. We've got 4 teenage girls, Black girls, who all have secret desires. And one night at a sleepover, they decide to play the Bloody Mary game. Their desires are pretty simple. One girl is really smart and she wants to use her academic achievements to go to the college of her choice so she can get out of her impoverished life. Another girl isn't so great at school, but she simply wants money to get out of the situation. Another girl, who's a cheerleader, wants to destroy the queen bee who hazes her in the cheer squad so she can take over and be the new queen bee. And the final girl's vice is lust. She is lusting after her ex-boyfriend who's moved on to a new girl. Now, when they see Bloody Mary, there's a twist on the tale. She offers them the opportunity to get what they want if they do something vile and evil. She tells them specifically what they should do. And the question is, will they do it? Or is there a veiled threat there? Will Bloody Mary bloody you up if you do not take the bait and do the horrific thing to increase the likelihood of your future being prosperous? This is the fun we go around during the 1 hour of this episode, and I rather enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it. Bloody Mary has a pretty interesting origin as it dives back into slavery. Basically, along the ways of the Underground Railroad, they're taken into a house. They're assured by another runaway slave, a Black girl they don't know, that this house is a safe one. They take her word for it and they go in there. They're led into a cellar where they are locked inside, and they are starved for days on end. This is because the woman who runs it is actually trying to send them back into slavery. She starves them so they're weak, so when the slave catchers come, there's going to be very little resistance. The woman who would later on be Bloody Mary is stuck with her son, who was ill already on the road traveling, dying in her arms. She needs just some water and some morsels of food to protect him. However, he is in a weakened state. Now, the good news is that this woman happens to still worship the African gods, the old gods, if you will, and they give her empowerment. They infuse her with the ability to destroy her oppressors. And as soon as the slavers come in, she's able to brutally murder them with her magical abilities. Unfortunately, while she's in the fit of rage, she also kills the Black girl who was helping them. Now, the way the gods see it is the white man and the slavers are pure evil. However, that girl, being raised into slavery, being brainwashed into being an Uncle Tom, it's not her fault, and she did not have the right to lash out at this girl. They then curse her. Bloody Mary gains her namesake by being forced into a mirror dimension where she's there to be summoned by people. Basically, everybody who knows her name's bitch. It's really great. Like I said, it's reminiscent of Candyman, but it's a good time. Now, some of you are going to criticize the special effects that are going on here. It's very cheesy. It looks like it's like for a commercial, or it's just, not refined green screen, cheesy smoke kind of appearance. Even her outfit, when she looks at it, which I gotta love this outfit. She really looks like she's going to like a 70s disco. Like she's coming straight to Studio 54, and I'm all about it. I love that look, and I like the cheesy special effects because it is a throwback to classic horror stuff, and so I really enjoy it. Now, when we reach the end, of course, there is a twist, and there's a final girl. Now, the twist is the girl who spoiler alert, the girl who you think is not going to betray them absolutely betrays them. And not only that does she betray them, Bloody Mary hasn't even been killing them. She just dangled the carrot in front of their face. The person who's been killing them for not responding is their own friend. That's how badly she wants her hidden desire. Now, she's not the final girl. There is a more moral girl who survives at the end of the day. But in another twist, similar to a story of a genie or a djinn, Bloody Mary is able to trick her into becoming the new Bloody Mary, reversing them and allowing the original Bloody Mary to take on human form, be released from the mirror dimension, and be able to walk amongst us mere mortals in 2022. Well, at least she's not in slavery, so that's an upgrade, right? You know what I'm saying? And she basically missed the pandemic, so there you go. Boom. I gotta say, loved this episode. I thought it was really good. I'm gonna give it 4.5 butcher knives out of 5. I think this is one of the better episodes of American Horror Story, particularly of this season. And I really like the change-ups, and I really like the ode to African American history of horror films and how they do it. The real question is, what did you, my beloveds, think? Please let me down in the comments. Remember to keep coming back to Kill Me Like One of Your French Girls, where we're going to be reviewing all of American Horror Story and all horror across the board. Until next time, ta-ta. Thank you.